Hello everyone, welcome to my first part of the series that I will be starting of me playing super old games for the first time in 2024. So we will be starting with World of Warcraft. This is, I put about 20 hours into World of Warcraft. I streamed it all live on Twitch. And I went in completely blind, so you guys are going to be watching the completely blind gameplay of a fresh player playing for the first time in 2024. I will be commentating over things. I don't know how long this is going to be edited down to, but I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want to see more things like this, I have a couple more ideas of what to play. Just let me know. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So after finishing all the beginning cutscenes, you are met with this character customization screen. You have two teams to join. You have the Alliance and the Horde. I actually went with the Horde, the Pandawan or whatever, Monk, which I thought was pretty cool. It would fit my type. So that's what I started with. And
there's
I do
a fucking
plan
panda?
on playing another character eventually, maybe on the Alliance side, since I did do the Horde storyline for this time.
Oh, there's a fucking panda? Oh, that's cool. But I feel like Monk would make the most sense. Nah, I think I'm about to do Panda Warrior. We can always start another character if we don't fuck with it, right? Oh, accept. Okay.
So after that, you actually get to customize your character, and I actually did enjoy some of the customization. For a 20-year-old game, they did pretty well customizing things, so made my panda look pretty cool. Even though you don't really see him that often, he's kind of wearing a fucking robe the whole time. I still thought he was pretty sick.
Whatever, let's just enter the world. Let's just enter the world.
So once you enter your first world and everything, so you actually get met with a tutorial screen. You kind of, I don't know if this is different for the Alliance, but I know this is what it is for at least the Hordes. You kind of do a couple of battles here and there, and they kind of just train you around and stuff like that. Kind of get your hands on and understand what your abilities do and shit like that. And once that's over with, your ship crashes and you kind of have to find some first aid kits for your teammates that are dead on the ground. And you kind of learn how to start fighting actual enemies and shit like that. You have to take out some enemies that are around the map and stuff like that. And then you go with your leader and you are searching for her daughter. You're actually going to save her daughter from the bad guys, basically. So this was one of my first level ups. I actually unlocked a Vivify, which was a heal, and I just put it in my hotbar for right now, and then I tried to move it around. I actually didn't know how to move things around in your hotbar yet, but I did eventually learn that you have to hold shift to move everything around. But at the end of this, you'll kind of see my bar goes bigger. I messed with my settings. I got some new action bars and stuff like that added on. But this is still just the basic bare bones stuff, and you level up pretty quickly at the start from what I noticed. Like, I was getting abilities pretty good on the tutorial basic island that we started off with. So after all that tutorial stuff, we're still on the tutorial island. We're still trying to save our captain's daughter. We actually get on one of these little flying things, and we're scouting out all the enemies that are nearby that are surrounding her daughter. Her daughter's in that middle pit right there. We have a bunch of, these zomboids and shit like that all surrounding her, and we're kind of just up there to go scope it out for them. After scoping it out, I actually hop back on that little flying drone thing, and I get this cool-ass laser beam rifle that absolutely obliterates all of them. I wish this would have gave me some XP, because I'm sure I would have been absolutely stacked on XP, but I'm basically taking out all of these zombies so we can actually move in and, go save her daughter and everything.
Hey, remember that little talk we had about liability? It looks like that rig is about to explode.
Oh shit.
Mother,
I'm chilling.
I failed. Lord.
Do I have to fight this guy?
Recruit with me. Lokar Ogar.
Are we fighting this guy? Yeah, we're fighting this guy. Hey! Get back here, motherfucker.
I cannot attack that.
Nice!
wretched ogre.
Did I get some?
Let's check on Shuja. Mother,
No.
I
didn't.
tried to stop the ogres on my own, but I failed. My strength was not enough.
That's okay.
Shuja, the Horde is strong, not when we fight alone, but when we stand united. Now, tell me what's happened here. We must rescue the others. As you command. The ogres are using necromancy to raise a dragon from the dead. They need sacrifices like us to fuel their magic. They're about to start a ritual that will... It's already begun. They're going to use the life force they've gathered to reanimate the dragon. Then we must take action. Remember that when we band together, the Horde can conquer any challenge. We will bring an end to these rituals before the ogres can complete them. Loktar Ogar!
Luktar Ogar! Luktar Ogar!
So after all of that, I actually come up here and meet with Bo, and he teaches me how to meditate, which is a monk's way of, learning new abilities and stuff like that. So, we float up here on this hill and we actually work on getting some meditation done and stuff like that. I haven't figured out exactly what it does yet, but I actually meet up with like the monk god or whatever. I'm not sure exactly about the lore, but this was a pretty cool sequence as I was playing.
Though I am far away, your spirit has reached out to me for guidance.
Okay.
I will teach you how to perform the touch of death. It may prove the key to saving your friends.
Nice.
I believe we are finished. How do you feel?
I just saw a floating ghost
An
in front of
alert
me.
mind is a strong mind.
The touch of death.
I
This
cannot
sounds.
attack that target.
This sounds serious.
After my meditation is finished, I actually go try to take on this giant-ass bear, and he ends up absolutely fucking me. This was the first time I think I died, and I realized that, you can't fight everything in this world, which something hard to figure out, in my opinion.
Hey, can I get some help? Hey, guys! Hey, brothers and sisters! There's a giant-ass bear that wants to kill me. That's not what I wanted to do. Guys!
So once you actually do die, you have to release your spirit, and it took me a minute to figure it out, but you actually have to go find your body and get back inside of your soul, or get your soul back inside of your body. So that was something that I just figured out. I don't know what level. I think I was level 10 at this time, level 8. This was the first time I died trying to challenge on that bear. After I, learned from my mistakes, I actually had one of the witch doctors or something turn me into an ogre to infiltrate the ogre camp. I actually brought in all of my teammates in as prisoners because we need to get into this ogre camp because they've kidnapped someone that, we need to save. So this was a pretty cool sequence, seeing that early on in the game you can transfer into other things to get into a base or something like that, and that's not the first time that's going to happen. So after all that, we actually kill some ogres and destroy some catapults and stuff like that. And this is the first time I got a piece of item that I put on. I think I got some gloves, and I added those onto my character, which was kind of confusing at first, but I did end up learning how to do all of that. And we actually ended up saving one of the guys we needed to save to get back into the camp after that from all the ogres. Since they're all dead, we killed them all and all that stuff. So after that mission, it kind of launches you into a group finder. You are supposed to be searching for a dungeon, which I think you're the only person in this dungeon if I remember. But the group finder helps you find dungeons and stuff like that. And we actually do some of the dungeons later to help us level up. But this was the first one that we actually did get to do.
Okay.
So after running through all the dungeons and everything, we actually meet up with the final boss. And me and the team ended up killing him. I think there was 2 phases of this one. He actually turns into a giant dragon, or the giant dragon wakes up. I can't remember exactly, but this is a campaign mode of a dungeon because all my
He's
campaign
dead.
teammates are with me.
We did it.
And once
We
kill
fucking
him,
did
the
it.
dragon does wake up.
No!
We actually failed the first time, and we have to come all the way back up.
I don't think so.
Foolish ogre! You have given me nowhere near enough power!
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Oh, what the fuck?
So just like when you die in the regular world, when you die in dungeons, you start all the way from the start and you have to walk all the way back up there. So I basically walk all the way back up there and I try to take on this fight again.
Oh, we have to fight this guy again? Damn.
And we do end up winning this time. I actually use my Touch of Death once he gets low enough. And what Touch of Death does, basically it just one-taps them if they're less health than you. I get a new something. I think it was a chest piece or something I got of a blue rarity, which was actually my first blue. So I put that on and I added that into my inventory. And I have to head out of the dungeon. That's the end of our dungeon. So after we finish that dungeon, I actually hop on one of these little dragon Wyrick things.
Yeah.
And they take me to the Horde HQ, basically.
Whee!
It's a safe spot. Bunch of shops and everything there, and this is right before we get started.
Let's roll.
So after we explore the little HQ, it wasn't too anything important, kind of just looking around, seeing the shops and everything. The Battle of Azeroth actually begins. We watch this cutscene and we get sent to Zandalar, I'm pretty sure it's called, and we begin the questing for that DLC. So we did a bunch of the quests. It's basically just MMO quests, running back and forth, and surprisingly, I actually really did enjoy that, which I didn't think I would. I'm kind of messing around, still trying to figure things out. A lot of things I really did enjoy about this is even though the quests were kind of all the same, like run over here, kill these guys, obtain these things, get these guys, do this, do that. It was a lot of running around for the questing. It all still felt different in my opinion. A lot of the enemies were different. A lot of the attacks they did were different. It wasn't just fighting the same enemies over and over and over again, which is sometimes things that struggle in MMOs. So once you do level up, something I did like is that each character gets a subclass type of thing. For each class, I chose Windwalker for the monk, and then you have your monk points as well. So there's abilities that'll level up your Windwalker, which is a DPS role. There's also, I'm sure monks have a healing role as well and another DPS. I chose just straight DPS for the Windwalker, and the classes were pretty good. You got, damage buffs and new abilities every once in a while too. I actually get my ability bar full out at the end of this, but I really enjoyed playing monk, the fighting class. I thought that was a lot of fun to do. So basically all we're doing now is just a bunch of questing, leveling up. You'll see the levels progress throughout the playthrough. I'm not going to show every single quest that we did and all of that stuff, but I actually look around for some shops here soon and start buying things. I did buy a couple things and I ended up regretting it because in the early levels, in my opinion, everything that you find is most likely going to be better than what you've already got or better than what you can buy. So I really stopped buying things and I just started selling all my junk, selling old things that weren't good anymore and shit like that. But I actually did really enjoy questing in the Battle of Azeroth. It was pretty fun. I ended up beating it at the end, and that was, the whole playthrough. We stopped at the end of Battle of Azeroth. But there was a couple of times where it kind of branched off into other things. So in the early part of the Battle of Azeroth, I didn't realize that there were flying stations where you could fly around. So I did a lot of my walking on my mount and I traveled everywhere. But luckily I did end up finding that there are like little fast travel points and stuff like that. But it was confusing. There's a lot of stuff that you get hit with when you load in that you're expected to kind of know. Like this whole menu and everything confused me. The map got confusing. It wasn't very specific. It was kind of, just main points of the map and stuff like that, but once you keep playing you do end up learning it. And like I said, I went into this completely blind, which in my opinion was a good thing. I don't like learning things about the games I'm playing. I like going in blind, but there was a lot of walking I did. So I actually did, eventually once you get far enough, you get this dungeon finder, which was in the main quest earlier. I actually did load into a dungeon, and I started doing a couple of dungeons just to get some levels up and, explore how the dungeons are. There's 3 roles in the dungeons. You can play as damage, which I did. There's healer and tank. I recommend when you start out play as damage, because all you have to do is just damage people. The tanks, you know, they aggro a lot of the enemies, and the healers obviously heal. Unless you're good at those things and have experience doing that, it's not a bad idea to do that. But I was just going in blind. Basically, I had no idea where I was going. I was just following whoever our tank was and falling into the dungeons, basically. But they were a lot of fun. All the dungeons felt pretty good. They were all different from what I was doing. And I actually really enjoyed most of the dungeons. So doing all these dungeons, I actually never got to replay a dungeon. Every dungeon I played was a new one, so I kind of just went in blind to all of it. I was basically, like I said, just doing damage to anything that was in our way. And I did like how everything scaled to you. Like, I could have been in someone who was level 55. A lot of the enemies would be, you know, my level and stuff like that. I did try to pay attention to the dungeon story at first, but ended up stopping that because I really got lost in the story. Like, the story got really confusing. I recommend, if you care about stories, to maybe watch a YouTube guide, some descriptions and summaries of the WoW lore and everything, because it completely lost me. But dungeons were a really good way to find new gear and keep leveling up. I really didn't need to, because the questing was doing enough. But if I ever start a fresh character and I don't want to do all those quests again, it's easy to hop right into dungeons as soon as you can. So after doing a couple of dungeons, I think I did three or four. I got some level ups from it. I think I leveled up twice from it, and I was actually progressing a lot quicker than I thought I was gonna be. I was getting a lot of levels, probably like a level up every hour, every 30 minutes, and I was actually surprised. And like I said earlier, you're always finding better gear than what you have. Everything you pick up is most likely going to be better than what you have on. There was a couple of times I couldn't find something that was, you know, as good, but it was very rare. Something I also did learn about was proficiencies. I actually went for engineering and blacksmithing, but during this entire gameplay, I didn't use it once. It was very confusing and complex for me. I got onto the WoW wiki and kind of looked at how they worked, and I just got completely lost in it. And in my opinion, at these early levels, it didn't feel like I really needed to use anything. I didn't need to make any armor from blacksmithing. I didn't even make any drones from engineering. So if you guys want to see me kind of learn more of that stuff, let me know. Or if you guys have any tips on how to learn proficiencies a little bit better, you can let me know as well. Because I really got lost with the blacksmithing and stuff like that. Like, I understood that I could get trained in them, and I did end up getting trained in them. You'll see that later in both of those things. But after doing that, I didn't know where the pieces I needed came from. I didn't know what I needed, what to make, if it was going to be better than what I had on, and all that stuff. Up here is actually where I learned my blacksmith proficiency as well as my engineering. I kind of went over to this guy looking for some gear or something, and he actually trained me in blacksmithing, which I was fine with. I didn't mind it. It was a couple of copper coins or bronze coins, and I had, you know, as you can see, I had a bunch of coins in that. So I basically just had him train me as much as he could, and like I said, after that, I kind of got lost in what I needed to do. It didn't help I hopped in a dungeon as it was happening, but it was a cool thing that they do have proficients and stuff like that. And you actually have to buy items for your proficients. Like, if you want to do mining, you need a pickaxe. If you want to do blacksmithing, you need a blacksmithing hammer. Engineering, you need a work bit or a work tool or something. I think it's like a wrench or something. But as you can see, when I'm looking at these things, I don't know what these items are. I don't know where they came from. I don't even know what half of these items do. Whether they're going to be better than what I already have on, or if they're just going to be, you know, the basic gear until I level up. And if you guys have tips on if I need to level up my proficients or how to level up my proficients, let me know. Because I would like to try to figure them out a little bit more so they can, you know, progress my gameplay maybe a little quicker. But in my opinion, I really feel like I didn't need them through the playthrough at all. So after doing a bunch of more questing in Zandalar, you actually go out of Zandalar and you start looking for the Loas. That was a big part of the quest I focused on. I actually really enjoyed those quests, finding the Loas, doing missions for them. And after this, I actually missed the footage in the Battle of Azeroth. The king actually gets betrayed and actually dies. So I'm pretty sure, like I said, I did get lost in the story. I'm pretty sure we're looking for a Loa to bring him back to life, which does end up happening later. but I really wasn't learning anything after this. I kind of knew the basics of everything I needed. My action bar is pretty set up, and I was still doing those dungeons. I didn't get into any raids yet. That'll probably be in the next one. If you guys do want to see more, I obviously will do more, but I really want to see what you guys want to see. If you have ideas, like I said, this is all really brand new to me, so if you guys do have ideas on stuff you guys want to see or other stuff I should do, just let me know in the comments below. So something I really didn't learn until very, very late in the game, I probably had about 20 hours in at this point, is the ways to edit what's around you. So you can see here I'm messing with things. I didn't know you could edit, you know, where your health goes, where this goes. My health actually ended up going right behind my webcam, so you couldn't see that. But I got to add extra action bars and then edit those action bars so they're not in my face, which was something that I really, really liked. I thought that was such an awesome way to add things into the game without everything being in your face at one time. I really, really enjoyed this part. So I did some more questing going around the Battle of Azeroth. Basically, most of this is just questing. That's why I want to know if you guys want to see more and see me do other things. This was about 30 hours, 40 hours of gameplay, and it's mostly just questing. So it's really cut down and to condense some stuff. But this is a pretty cool part right here, is where I start to learn how to fly. And I get a new ability that lets me fly once I hit level 30, and then my mount can actually start flying. And something I didn't know is that my mount could fly the whole time. He's a flying mount. And someone told me, one of my friends that play WoW told me that you can't fly until level 30. So I don't know if I could have been flying this entire time, or I was just missing that because I wasn't level 30. But this was a really cool advance for me, and this is probably my favorite part, just being able to fly. Like, you, every time you level up, you feel the progress hitting you. You feel you getting stronger, and you feel you know those level ups are there. You're feeling each level up. And one thing I also want to do is play Classic as well. Obviously, this isn't Classic, but I've heard in Classic, you feel those level ups a lot more because things aren't really matching with you and stuff like that. And in WoW, in this version of WoW, all the enemies scale to you. So if I'm level 40, they're level 40. If I'm level 12, they're level 12. And it kind of feels like maybe towards the end of it, they get more squishier because they just have so much health. So and so do you. It's not like you're not being squishy as well, but they have so much health, so you're just popping all these abilities and everything. So I don't know if that's different in Classic, so maybe we'll go play Classic for the first time as well. I think that would be very cool as well. Yes, I can. Good night. This one flew the whole time, and I didn't know that! This one flew the whole fucking time. I could have been flying from the moment I fucking stepped down in this fucking land. What the fuck? So after this, we get a couple of the Loas working together. I think the one on the right is the Death Loa, and the one on the left is the Loa of Kings, and our King's dead right now, so they're compromising on actually getting the Kings to come back to life. And it actually does work successfully, and like I said, the King's been betrayed, so we're trying to get him back to life so we can, you know, fix Azeroth as a whole and get him back on his podium where he should be. And this was actually a really cool part of the story. I actually started picking up a little bit more on the story and seeing like what meant what and how important the story and the stuff I was doing was. So the story kind of got me lost after the king came back. You get sent to this new area that happens from these lizard people shooting you down as you're flying across, and you kind of just do a bunch of missions for them. Nothing too memorable during this part, which I don't know if that's a common thing or if I'm missing on things. I really didn't learn anything else, so this is kind of why it's cut short right here. If you guys do want to see more of WoW, let me know. I actually really enjoyed playing it. As boring as the story was, and as I was mentioning it, there wasn't very key items that I picked up on after all of that stuff I learned. I still want to keep playing it. If you guys have ideas on maybe doing a hardcore challenge or maybe highlights, I really didn't go into a lot of the questing stuff because it's so... I mean, the game's 20 years old. Everyone has seen these quests before. Everyone's played these quests. It was all new for me. But I also stream all of this on Twitch. If you guys did like this, make sure to come follow me on Twitch and we'll play some more WoW. If you guys also have more ideas for this and what you want to see me do, if you guys want to see me play Classic as well, I will do that as well. I had a couple more ideas on what I wanted to do. Couple more games. I plan on playing The Witcher 3, Oblivion, Skyrim, a bunch of the older games I've never played for the first time, and kind of getting my highlights on me learning everything. It was a little bit harder for an MMO, but it's something I really did want to do because for an MMO, there's no real stopping point. I could have gone until in-game max level 150, 500 hours of gameplay to edit down, but I just shot for 20, 40 hours. And cut it all down into the key light points of what I wanted everyone to see, what I would have wanted to see, but I actually really enjoyed playing this. So like I said, if you guys have any other ideas on what you guys want to see WoW related or another MMO, if you guys want to see me play old school RuneScape for the first time, I would also enjoy that. But I actually really did enjoy this, and like I said, if you guys want to see more, let me know. Make sure to like, make sure to comment your ideas, comment what you liked, what you disliked about the video. If you guys want to see something else, let me know. But that's basically all I have for me playing WoW for the first time. It was a really good time and I really enjoyed it, so thank you all for watching.
He's dead, bitch! He's dead, bitch! Let's go!
Ends here, General. The plots, the lies.
The murder.
You will not escape.
Look at me, I look badass.
any longer.
Oh, sorry.
Give him a clean death. We have seen enough suffering for one day.
You tell him, Akira.
Suffering? You have not seen true
Kill him!
Not yet. But you will.
Oh, you stupid bitch. You stupid bitch. Now he's gonna spawn as something bigger and probably something big and huge. Oh, I fucking knew it. You dumb, stupid bitch. Oh. Now he's a giant octopus creature.
Cannot be.
He was the final sacrifice. We have failed.
Oh, he's back alive. It's the one guy. It's the one guy.
Speak quickly.
Oh. That's it. We're level 40. Well, chat. We hit level 40. That was the goal for this playthrough. This is where this series will end. At least the beginning series, like the I played this for the first time series. That's where we're gonna end it. Obviously, if you guys want to see more WoW content, just let me know. Honestly, I had so much fun playing this. It was a blast. I've been playing it for the past 2 weeks, and it was truly a blast. I'm gonna continue to play it, and not make content. I'll probably still stream it, so make sure you guys watch the streams and all that. But I'm tired as fuck. I just wanted to hit level 40 tonight. But that's where I'm ending the WoW content, or at least the, like I said, at least I played WoW for the first time. This is where I'm ending, is level 40. YouTube, if you guys want to see more of this, more WoW content, give me some ideas what we can do, and I'll make sure to do it. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I'm sure I'll have some commentary after this on YouTube, but I'll see you guys later.